Let's begin with the updates that you need to know on the vaccination drive. And what comes as a first, India has inoculated 86.16 lakh people with the COVID vaccine, and this is just in 24 hours. This milestone came on a day when the centre took over procurement of vaccination and began providing vaccines for all above 18 years of age, free of cost. As per estimates, India needs to vaccinate nearly 1 crore people every single day, and that is if we want to achieve the target of vaccinating all above 18 by the end of this year. As India achieved this feat, Prime Minister Narendra Modi hailed those who got vaccinated. He also lauded frontline warriors for their work. Home Minister Amit Shah termed this as an incredible feat and hailed the government for its vaccine policy. There is, however, a number of challenges that the government still faces. One, to ensure a steady supply of vaccines, and also to stem out any vaccine hesitancy. They'll also be focusing on fast-tracking global vaccine availability and also promotion of Made in India vaccines.
Madhya Pradesh accounted for over 20% of the total vaccines administered on day one of the new vaccination policy of the union government, under which the centre has taken complete control of the entire vaccination drive, under which all those aged above 18 are being provided free vaccination. And in Madhya Pradesh, to ensure this, 7,000 vaccination centres were set up across the state, and the state government had also appointed motivators to encourage people to participate in this vaccination drive, which led to over 16 lakh people being administered the vaccine on day one against a target of 10 lakh people. With Vijay Irshad Khan in Bhopal, Hemendra Sharma for India Today.
Sneha Mordani is joining us with more details on this story. So Sneha, we're seeing a record vaccination drive in the last 24 hours. The fact that there's a change now in the vaccine policy, just explain for us how it's really helped in boosting and ramping up vaccination, so much so that we've got over 85 lakh in a single day.
Yes, absolutely, Akshita. You know, the idea is to ensure maximum vaccinations, as you already mentioned at the outset. Estimates are that we require anywhere between 80 lakh to 1 crore vaccinations every single day to achieve, vaccinations to the effect of the entire country above the age of 18 getting vaccinated. But let's look at this. There are challenges ahead, from vaccine hesitancy in rural India till the time, just 6 months have lapsed. 6 months have lapsed into the vaccination drive, almost 6 months. 16th of July is when we complete 6 months. 7 months, in fact, of the vaccination drive. It's been over 6 months now. And we have just 2 doses, 2 kinds of vaccine in the country available right now. There are limitations as far as Sputnik V is concerned. It's a challenge given the storage requirements of minus 18 degrees. And also Covaxin's production needs to be ramped up, and also Covishield. So these are the challenges really before the government right now, ramping up the production of the vaccines and also ensuring that they beat vaccine hesitancy, which is being seen in parts of rural India, otherwise unaffected in the first wave of the pandemic, but not unaffected clearly in the second wave of the pandemic. However, the government has said that more than 86 lakh vaccinations in a single day is the highest ever that any country in the world has achieved vis-a-vis COVID-19. A lot of talk about how we've vaccinated an entire Netherlands yesterday. If you look at the sheer numbers, so undoubtedly, it's a feat in its own right.
Absolutely.
But the momentum needs to be kept up, is what many experts are saying. Because if the momentum slows down, then the target of vaccinating everyone above the age of 18 by December, something that the centre has also told the Supreme Court, is not going to be achieved.
But, the target needs to be 1 crore jabs a day. We're getting there, and hopefully we will continue to steadily rise those numbers. Sneha, thank you for joining us with all those details. So here's a look at how we're doing in the vaccination drive. Remember that the government has set a very ambitious target of vaccinating all adults by the end of this year. So to achieve the target, what do we need? We need to keep the target of 1 crore jabs per day to meet that deadline of December. Also, the government needs to ensure that there is a steady supply of vaccine doses. global vaccine availability, ensuring that all deals and contracts are signed immediately for India, must be fast-tracked also by the government. There should also be a push for new made-in-India vaccines, and that's something that the government is currently working on. They've already signed a couple of deals on that front, and one big issue is vaccine hesitancy. That's something that also authorities must address and ensure that there are more awareness campaigns so people, particularly in rural parts, step out and get inoculated.